Hello, 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 everyone. This is Eva with Stitching in the Interlake. How's everybody doing today? Well, it is the 1st of March, 2023. Yes, yes, yes. So we are heading into spring. So this is actually the first day of, what do they call it? Meteorological spring. Not like the spring that starts on the what is it, astronomical spring, I guess is what it's called. So in honor of that, I get to now put up my spring. Oh, I'm sorry for the glare. So yeah, so this is going to go up right after this. And I did this back in 2014. It was accounted. It was when I could still do counted. And I can't remember I have all four of them. So I can't remember who it was from. I can see it in my mind, but Juliet did it after, like when I finished up with the patterns. I gave them to her, and then she did them up. So we always look forward to every change in season. We get to put them up. So, okay. So yesterday's video just uploaded. It was having a hard time loading, and then it was about maybe 8:15 this morning. It stopped, and then it just said there was a problem with it and wouldn't upload. So I deleted that stream and I started it up again, and it loaded within just over an hour. So it's up there now. Okay, so I am now working on Cougar. That's for this week. And this is from VIPcrossstitch.com. And I gotta make sure this is right side up. This is where I'm at right now. So I'm up here working on the ear. That's all this blue that you see here. Okay, so you can see here, there's one paw, and the other paw is underneath here. And the nose is right about here. Here. This is the nose. And this is where the whiskers come out. Now, it doesn't have it that there's, well, it shows that there are some whiskers, but it's not really on there. So I may just put long stitches for the whiskers. And this is one eye. This is the other eye. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do here yet. I will. I'll cross that bridge when I get to it. So right now here, I'm just working up here on its one ear. So, yeah. So I am so thrilled. We are into March. Spring it's almost here. Well, it is here. And it's a beautiful day. Now, I know in March, it's like March can come in like a lamb or a lion and go out the opposite. But I'm not sure. Like, I've read it that there are times when it will be, it's the first 3 days of March and the last 3 days of March that will tell you, what it's like. But so far right now, it's really nice. It's really, really, sorry. Sorry. There. So, last night there when I went to get my pajamas on, I didn't remove the bandage, but it did seep through. So I'm not replacing the bandage until tomorrow when I go for my shower, because I only have one of those bigger bandages left. I have to get some more because it's too big of an area for just, one of the smaller ones. It's just not enough. So, yep. But I did take a look at my skirt that I had been wearing, and boy, did it ever gush. The blood just. So I must have nicked like arterial, a small arterial blood vessel. And that's why it bled so much. And I think that the only thing that stopped it was the bone. And so I don't know if it got right down to the bone, but there's not much. There's no fat there. There's nothing, because it's right there where the bone is. And yeah. So, but it is healing. And just every once in a while, I'll feel a little bit of pain, but not much at all. Not much at all. But I mean, stuff like that happens, right? If you're going to sit and whine about it, well, I think most of us that are older have had worse than that. And so I was watching on the news there was yet another train derailment. No, sorry. There was a train accident in Greece that so far has killed 36, with 80 some passengers injured. Passenger train hit the freight train. And then there was a train derailment in Florida. Now, I don't know if it seems to me that was a couple of days ago, or like yesterday or something. And it was quite extensive, and it had fuel on there. And that could have been a really bad explosive event. And now, I don't believe in coincidences. Sorry, I don't. And if you look at all the train derailments lately, and also look at all the fires at big processing plants. I think we talked about this yesterday. And like a lot of it revolves around food and that kind of thing. Like you'll hear of a fire at a chicken processing plant, or at a plant that, or a warehouse that houses, you know, food stores. Um, and it really, it's like we are under attack, if you want to say that word. And one accident, two accident, three, okay, four, yeah. Then it starts to make you wonder, you know. It's like there's so many of them. So many of them. And it's um you cannot chalk that all up to that it's part and parcel of what life is like, right? It's not. It's not that there is more to this. And I don't really want to say it, but I'm just waiting for things to start falling out of the sky, if you know what I mean. The AIRPLANEs. Yeah, I'm just waiting for them to start falling out of the sky. And because it's just, it's too strange. It is too odd. It is too, you know, like I said, you could get maybe 3 or 4 of them. But we've had, like, how many? You know, all kinds of manufacturing plants, food processing plants, and that, train derailments. We're not talking about things like if it's a tornado that hits, or it's a flood, or mudslide. I'm not talking about that, because that's a natural disaster. That is something that, you know, we're talking about things that are just, they're more man-made or man-caused, whatever. Yeah. I don't know. It's just so strange. And like I said, I do not believe in coincidences. And it's, you know, like, um, you know, or like how a lot of people say, oh, it's just a conspiracy theory. And it's just like the CV-19. And, you know, that everybody told you that it arose out of the wet market in Wuhan. And it just spontaneously erupted. And anybody who spoke against that narrative was labeled a nutcase. And all of legacy media and politicians all spoke, repeated the same narrative. You know, oh yes, it arose just spontaneously. And you would have the odd person, and there was one who was the former POTUS, who believed that it was indeed that it was engineered and released, whether accidental or on purpose, from Wuhan. And he referred to it as the China virus. And everybody kept saying, and he was blocked on Twitter, and he was labeled as a kook and all that. And I always said too that this is something that was engineered. And sure enough, now everybody's, well, not everybody's backpedaling, but a lot of them are now going, oh, well, you know, we just repeated what we were told, and we didn't really believe that, but we just, you know, and we really didn't mean to label people as, you know, nut jobs and that. And yeah. I mean, you can take it as you will, but I personally, and they're saying now too that it was a bioweapon, which I really think it was too. That it was deliberately let loose. And to see, you know, what would happen actually. And Dr. Death, he spouted off, and he's the one that funded this. And he gave money and approved of things and everything else. So, yeah. So, I guess we'll see where it goes from here. So, yeah. One of my subscribers, Charles, he was in the hospital there for a migraine. So, Charles, I hope you're feeling better. You never really updated that I saw your condition. So, I've been blessed. I've never gone to the hospital for a migraine. Never. No matter how bad, and mine would get really bad. But I never even thought of the idea of going. I've been to the walk-in clinic for it. And I I've done that, but I've never been to the ER or something. No, because really, there's nothing that they can do there. You know, it's because I can't take the migraine medication. So it's for me, it is like as much pain as I'm in. I just close my curtains, or I'll crawl into bed or something like I did a couple of weeks ago when I had it really bad. And there have been these massive solar storms that have been, um, there's been lots and lots of CMEs and massive geomagnetic storms on the sun because we're in the um, grand solar minimum. And I'm sure it's the grand solar minimum. Is it grand solar minimum or maximum? I think it's minimum. And what that means is that, because you think that with the minimum that there'd be less solar storms, but what it actually refers to is the sun's magnetic halo or whatever has diminished. And so that allows these eruptions to let loose from the sun. And we go through is it a 26 or a 25? It's either a 25 or a 26-year cycle of where it's the grand solar minimum and then grand solar maximum. And we are at, I think it's the minimum. So it's going to be a lot of solar storms. So we are really at risk of some massive CMEs that could erupt from the sun that could be directed earth facing. And if that's the case, any one of them could be enough for a Carrington level event. And to have that happened in 1858, 59, I think is what it was. And that was massive. And should that happen now, that we would lose power and internet and everything. And that could happen for not just days, but months, possibly even a few years. So just be mindful of that, okay? That's why having, prepping for it, because you don't know what could happen. So I don't know who it was this morning was talking about it, that most people, especially in cities, only have a 3-day supply of food. And that doesn't even include water. And they think that if something happens, that within 3 days, the government's going to take care of it all and everything's going to be great. And we're going to all get back to normal. And people don't, they don't believe it can happen where they are. You know, that happens in third world countries, or that happens somewhere else. It does not happen. It'll never happen to me. Right? And that's really not a good way to look at things. And, you know, 3 day supply is nothing. It's nothing, you know. And, or they think, oh, well, I can just go down to the store and I can get, well, you get everybody else that's going to the store the same time. And remember, like, should something like a CME happen, Carrington level event, there's going to be no food deliveries because vehicles won't run. And, you know, all the perishables are going to be gone because the, you know, stores and that only, if they have generators, they only have enough fuel for like 3 days. And, but they don't really think about what would happen should it go on longer. And so that's why it's always wise to have extras. It doesn't hurt. Does not hurt. You can grab a couple of jugs and put water in it. And when a solar flare erupts from the sun, I think that it's, okay, it takes 8 minutes for the light from the sun, once it leaves the sun, to reach us. But I think that a solar, like a CME, takes 18 hours, 24 hours, 36 hours to reach us. So you have a little bit of time. Not much. You have a little bit of time. But again, it's, you know, if you don't take it seriously, if you think it's all just nonsense, you know, then, you know, you have to think about it, that if something happens, do you think that the government's going to be able to come and be there within 3 days? Because don't forget, if it's happening to you, it's happening to the next town out over, next city, the how many states, the whole country. There's only so many people, and then to move these people, you know, it's quite the thing. But I'm to go back, I'm just wondering if these solar storms is what's affecting migraines. At least for me, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards that. Is it that it's always the case that it's because of that? I don't think so. The reasons for my migraines is, I don't know. I know little poop head there, wherever he is. Is he over on the bed? I don't know where he went to. He was up farting around all night. All night. And so I was awake from about midnight till about 1:30 when he finally settled down and I could get some sleep. Now, is he reacting to it? Because don't forget, you know, like our magnetosphere around the Earth, when it's bombarded with all these solar flares, it compresses and gets pushed off like that way. You can tell my Raynaud's is pretty bad today. But anyway, so was he acting up to it? I don't know. It's speculation in my part. I don't know. So, remember to like, share, subscribe, comment. If you're new here, thank you so very much. I'm up to 521. Yes. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. I just love it. I just love it. Oh. It's hard to believe in 2 months, in May, I will be celebrating 2 years. Yeah. Time goes by fast, peeps. Time goes by fast. All right. So this is where I'm at. I'm going to continue working here and up here then on his ear. And I'm very happy with this so far. It's really starting to show itself. And like I said, I got this here from VIPcrossstitch.com. Don't worry about this black line, okay? That was just the printing. Okay. And it is an 11 count. It's a 40 by 40, so it's a 30 by 30. And it wasn't very much money. But VIPcrossstitch.com is a very, very, very good place. I do have a discount code, which is Interlake 05. But I think they have 7% off. And if you purchase $50, you get 2 free gifts, and I believe free shipping. So, and they have sales. So they have sales. So take advantage of it. So, and this is in there. All right, everyone. So may you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be well. May God bless you this day and every day. God loves you. So do I. And so does Jonah and Lilybell. And I don't know where Sydney went. I don't know if he's... Oh, yeah. He's on the bed. I can see his ear sticking up. So, all right, everyone. Thank you, Jesus, for being my Lord and Savior. Thank you for saving me from my sins. Thank you for being there in my darkest and deepest moments. Thank you for loving me like you do. Thank you for dying on the cross for me so that my sins may be forgiven. And that's something I pray for all of you as well. So, all right, I hope and pray that I will see you here tomorrow. Remember, Sunday, there will be a live, and you can join on the Facebook group. You have to be a member, and I have to let you in. And then you can participate in that. And I really think the reason why it's so glitchy is because of my upload speeds. And I can't do anything about that. Nothing. So, and if it doesn't work, then I always go back to my YouTube live. So, all right, everyone. I hope and pray that you have a fantastic day. And I will see you tomorrow, God willing, of course. Toodaloodles, everybody. Bye.